you black? Are you educated? Are you broke? Not alone. Woo! Yeah. Now this how you start a show. Just like this. You feeling me? Okay. Yeah. Pen and paper with a custom flow. When you're blessed like this, you supposed to blow. When it feel this right, now you can't go wrong. Cause we black, educated, and broke. But not for long. 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 Not for long.
Hey, I cannot get enough of that intro. Like, black, educated, and broke, but not for long. Mike B, don't this make you just feel so empowered when you hear that?
That's my new hashtag, but not for long.
But not for long.
But not for long.
Okay, so shout out again to Cedric Young, for definitely producing that for us. You know, we've been asking for a jingle. My mans, you've been doing it. We've been getting a lot of feedback, so shout out to you, boo.
Absolutely, because we've been waiting on the jingle for at least 10 years.
It is.
And we ain't did the podcast that damn long.
I mean, there's that, Mike B.
I'm sorry.
You know, we're very forgiving, because you know what? No, you know what this month is. So we are all empowering, because it is.
This is the month you supposed to act up. I celebrate Black History 365.
But just we supposed to act even
February,
better.
No, I act up.
What do you mean? Act up like how?
I'm cussing everybody out.
Why you
I
gotta cuss them out?
Because of slavery, the civil rights movement.
Okay.
I'm just cussing everybody
So you're
out.
Malcolm X.
A little bit.
So I've been watching Godfathers of Harlem.
I love that show.
I have been
I'm
living
on
under a
season
freaking
2.
rock.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
great show.
I'm finishing up season 1. That's some good ass, as an actor. That's some good ass acting.
It is.
Like Forrest Whitaker and the black girl that play Ella, his daughter.
Yo, she's amazing.
Oh my God! Like,
and that's the guy that's playing Malcolm is probably the best Malcolm I've seen after Denzel.
After Denzel, that boy, I just and he fine. Like,
okay.
You know, Malcolm X did look fine. You know, to me, based on the pictures back in the day. So, but rest in power, brother. But anyway, it is Black History Month, so, you know, with that, you know, we got some stuff in store. Now, I'm going to give just a brief little, to tell you who's on the show today, brief, like, introduction, but I'm going to give him his real respect on his name. But who's going to be joining us today as we kind of go through some hot topics, and then we're going to dive into his life, is none other than the visionary founder, the CEO of Food and Lifestyle TV, Mr. J. DeVille Devo. Make some noise.
Hey, thank you.
Yes,
What a wonderful introduction.
I feel like your smile was genuine. You liked it. It looked real.
I absolutely liked it.
Oh, you fucking diva. You know you're like one of my favorites. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I just think you have this wit and charm, and I think you're very, very smart. So I do like that about you a lot.
Thank you.
Yes, no more flowers. That's all I'm doing for now.
Oh my God.
But anyways, no, tease
Get
alert.
buttered up and get started.
That's what she do, and then she cut you down.
No, because listen, this is a positive show, and so I want to focus. We're gonna focus on positivity, and one of the big things I know, we don't have Q here today. I know he's working hard, but I know he's a sports guy, and some positive stuff happened in sports news. Are you a sports fan, Devo?
I'm a sports fan.
Who's your favorite team in what sport?
I'm from New York, from Long Island, so I'm a
Oh.
Mets, Jets, Knicks fan.
Okay, the Mets. That is, what sport is that?
Baseball.
Baseball. Okay, the Jets is football, and the Nets is baseball.
This is basketball. Grew up.
Basketball.
My dad was a Knicks fan, so.
Oh,
Grew up
okay.
watching basketball games with your dad.
Okay, well then, so you know about the sports. So y'all saw what happened earlier this week with LeBron James becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA, defeating Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's previous record. I am so proud of this Black King. This wasn't amazing to nobody else but me.
I mean, for me, records have to be broken. So anybody gonna do it, I'm glad it was LeBron. LeBron get enough hate. But at the same time, he has one of the largest fan bases, I guess probably say after Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he did.
Okay.
But I'm not big on basketball, so.
Oh, okay. You missed the Falcons.
The playoffs, NBA playoffs, championship, and that's all I watch. The season is too long.
Oh my! How long is it actually?
Too long. I mean, what they start in September, with the preseason.
Okay, all the way to March Madness.
And that's college.
Oh.
College is just as long, but the NBA go all the way to what, June? I think the championship play May, June.
Oh.
It's just too long for my life.
Okay, well, shout out.
I got things to do.
Okay, well, shout out to you, LeBron, boy. We listen to Mike, but keep doing your thing. Devo, what did you want to say?
Well, I want to start a theme here.
Oh,
Let's celebrate current Black history. People making history today.
History in the now.
When I think of my ancestors wanted to pass the baton. They wanted to set the world up so that we could succeed and fly from wherever they left us. So I tell people, I don't want to see another slave movie. I've had it. We want to honor our ancestors. We want to give them their props. We want to acknowledge the things that they've done. But they want us to build and grow. So the passing of the torch from the great Kareem to LeBron is amazing. LeBron's sons were there.
Yes,
with a terrific example in their life, with a leader in their home. For LeBron to have done this, he had to be ready to start early in his career. Mm-hmm. He had to maintain himself, his mental health, his physical well-being, his professionalism, all through his prime, all through the drama of what it takes to be a celebrity today. Meanwhile, he spoke up on Black issues, right?
Yeah.
And now as he goes into the later end of his career, he's still maintaining his skills and his ability.
Yes.
That's purposeful and intentional. So it's not just that he broke a record, it's a collection of how he's lived his life and how he's had his career. So I think it's worth a round of applause for LeBron.
Yes, come on, round of applause. I will insert that here.
He said something. How many more slave movies can they make?
Well, you're right. I mean, but there's still because there's still people, the young generation that don't know, and there's so many different versions. So
But you can rewatch. Roland Martin and it was a couple years ago. I don't know if you saw this. Roland Martin had a back and forth with Snoop about those type of movies, and like Roland said, well, put your money where your mouth is. If you want to make movies about some of these Black heroes that are unsung, because slavery, you could tell it so many ways, but at the end of the day, it was all still bad. It was all still for a long time. It was all Black folk. But you still got something. Because me, I don't want to see these new biopics that's on BET and Lifetime, but I don't want another slave movie either. But there's so many unsung heroes and people to talk about from, like, I would love to see, because they've been featured and stuff, but a Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong movie.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm ready to see. I think people don't. And one of my favorites of all time, actress and singer, talk show host, just personality, was Pastor Della Reese. I think her story is so unsung for her to be the icon that she is. People don't know she is the first Black person and Black woman to host the Tonight Show. People don't know that. They always talk about
it's Black history,
but they talk about a lot of comedians, but they don't talk that Della was the first. She was the first to guest host the Tonight Show, even when Johnny Carson didn't fool with a lot of comedians and you didn't get to make the couch. She got to sit in his chair. They talk about Joan Rivers, but they never give the love to Della. Della also is the first Black woman to have a talk show. There would be no Oprah without Della.
Let them know, Mike B.
But I would say make another slave movie, but I also don't want to see no escape movie either.
But let's go back to that. You're talking about a movie because it makes me think about a project, that I just did, a Tyler Perry project called 6888, and that was to honor the female battalion. Am I saying battalion?
Battalion.
Yeah, the female battalion back in World War II. So that, this paying homage to all those female leaders there. So I did appreciate that, and even being able to witness it, because I know we had Kerry Washington, who was playing lead against Susan Sarandon, and we had some other just prominent figures throughout it. We the most of my fun was we had Debbie Allen, who was our military boot camp coach, getting us in gear in true Debbie Allen style. But just that whole film was him to pay homage to those women. So I think more movies celebrating the heroes that we don't know.
Like that, absolutely.
That's what it is. So, I love it. We definitely want more of it. Now, just to kind of switch gears here, well, not too much because you gave me an idea, Mike B.
What you about to do?
When you was telling me some Black history facts and stuff, right? Letting us know about Pastor Della Reese. So I'm like, okay, well, let me get some of our own. Now, Devo.
Hold up. Are you about to do what we do annually?
What is that? What am I going to do annually?
You about to get them? I'm not participating. I'm going to turn my mic off.
I've got to get him because I feel like, he's going to do good on this,
She's about to get you.
Yeah.
She's about to get you.
He
does this annually.
But they got 45 more minutes to try to recover. So.
That's it.
Well, so what we like to do here, Devo, every Black History Month, we like to do like a little quiz, a little multiple choice. And maybe for you, I won't do multiple choice because, You are a man of a distinguished age. Yes. So you probably don't need all that assistance, right? I can just ask you some questions and you got it.
No phone
Yeah?
free.
Yeah? No? Maybe so?
Look, I'm here. I want to say this.
He's looking at her.
I love Devo. He's so funny with that face. Okay, here's one. Whose refusal? No, that's too easy. What was the name of the organization founded by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
SCLC, is that his?
And what does that stand for?
Southern Christian Leadership Council or something to that effect?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, something like that.
All right, Devo. Yes, Southern Christian Leadership Conference. That is definitely the organization founded by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, that was easy, huh? I'm going to give you one that may not be easy. What was Malcolm X's birth name?
Malcolm Little.
Oh, that boy is on fire tonight, y'all. Okay. Let's do this one. Who founded Push?
Jesse Jackson.
Oh, Devo, listen, this guy is too good at this.
Well, Jesse Jackson, those are my dates. Malcolm and Martin were a little before me, but Jesse, those are my dates.
Oh, I love that you're so authentic about your age, yes.
I worked on Jesse Jackson's 1984 presidential campaign.
Did you? Okay, we got to pause for the cause. Tell us about that.
It was exciting. I mean, college days and proud black man running for president, speaking with his whole chest. It was very exciting times.
What year was this?
1984.
And so what
It's
exactly?
been like 83, I guess, because it's been leading up through the primaries. And this is, I went to Virginia Union, HBCU.
HBCU love.
In Richmond.
Okay, so what were your tasks? Like your day-to-day, what did you have to do?
This is what you have college students do, knock on doors and hand out flyers and stickers and all those kinds
Did you ever have people like, get off my yard? Did you ever have any, like, disarray?
No, because we're in black neighborhoods, so people want to.
Everybody, okay.
I
Now,
think one of the highlights of my college career, I was a student leader, so as SGA president, I had a chance to introduce him when he came to speak on campus. So
look at you.
That was a highlight of my college career.
SGA president. Yes. Come. So I was the SGA over the public relations for the school.
I can
So,
see
that's, look at us. And then you was in a wonderful fraternity. Let them know what the fraternity was.
Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Yes, Blue Phi.
You know.
I do know. All right.
On this show, they give no love to the brothers and sisters in blue. And I don't like that.
Well, that's because
not
Q
nice.
is the bros. Well, not the alphas, but he's Omega Psi Phi, and
They-
my
they
boyfriend is
don't
Omega
give
Psi
no
Phi,
love
so they're
to
very.
the brothers and sisters.
It's like a lot
in
of
blue.
PG love. She, Zay's this AKA. Aurelia, who does the show, she's an AKA. I'm an AKA. The only way. So all this PG love is just. But I love all the Divine Nine.
Divine Nine.
Yes. Okay.
And Virginia Union's a relatively small school, so we play in our fraternities, whatever, but we're all close.
I love
and,
that.
And in fact, even till now, we're still
Yes.
close, and we share information and knowledge. It's Facebook communications, but we're still in contact, even across so-called lines.
I like that. I like that you keep the connection because they say sometimes your college buddies turn out to be your lifelong friends, So the fact that you guys still keep in contact, even if it's Facebook, it's great. But speaking of HBCUs, because Langston University, what was the name of your HBCU?
Virginia Union University.
Virginia Union University.
Richmond, Virginia.
That's actually news to me. Thank you for telling me that. I need to know this. So HBCU love Q Langston, Zaprin Bay Langston, Maya, who's always our honorary. She's Clark Atlanta. So we do HBCU love. But did you hear about with the Grammys, right? HBCU, Tennessee State University, makes history as the first collegiate marching band to win a Grammy Award. Let's go, Black folks. Oh, that's just woo. Are you? Is that some bitterness that you want somebody else to?
If I had to go to HBCU other than Morris Brown, that's home for my family, it would be Tennessee State. I got connections up there.
Okay, TSU.
So definitely, but that was definitely something to. When you saw it, you had no idea, and it was like, wait a minute, where did this come from? Because I had no idea of the album.
You and me
both. But I mean,
I'm still proud though.
Yeah.
Now, Devo, when I was saying it, I know I saw you doing the silent clap. So, now, were you surprised about this, or you kind of like, okay, I can see that?
Wasn't really aware.
Right. Nobody kind of knew. But it's like, okay, well, listen, y'all was working in silence, and now look, the Lord is displaying y'all to the world that y'all did good. So that's how I look at it. In Langston.
Their speech got up there and said HBCUs are underfunded. Yes. Go ahead and tell them that to Grammy.
Yes, and go ahead and send us some more money, which I will say for our alma mater, like they just redid our whole journalism program. They're doing a new partnership with NBC. And I'm like, come on, Langston. Because I know, when I went there, because we were up against schools like OSU, OU, and here I am, the black girl with mostly the white kids, and they having Apple MacBooks and all that, and I didn't have those things, and I feel like I had to work harder. But I always tell people I appreciate it, because then when I got into corporate in the real world, I had that little extra I gotta go, because I'm used to having going the extra mile, because ain't nothing just given. So, but I still want, for those, keep that drive, but I definitely want our HBCUs to get more funding, and I appreciate things like this, because that's how it's gonna happen. Now, in other news, because you did really good on those Black History facts. So, this guy, I'm still amazed that but I'm not amazed. He just said that was his year, right? So I got to hit you back with some stuff from like.
See, I thought we were not going.
I thought she gonna get you. She gonna get you. She gave you them 8th grade questions. She gonna get you now.
Oh, because you knew the answer too, teacher, school teacher.
I did.
Okay, I bet you don't know this.
Know what?
Maybe you do. Mike B.
I said I wasn't participating.
You may know this.
Oh.
When did Martin Luther King Jr. give his "I Have a Dream" speech? When was the date, the month, the year?
I don't remember the month. 1963 though.
Devo?
August 17th, 1963.
It was September the 9th, 1965. Both of y'all was wrong.
I Have a Dream was 65. You
Yes.
sure it wasn't 63?
Nope, September 9th, 1965.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. Now, this is something that I thought was interesting.
She gonna get you.
Which president officially recognized Black History Month?
Don't know. I assume it's somebody recent, though.
No, President Gerald Ford.
Well, in my view, that's fairly recent.
Oh, well, you're compared to
1973 or so.
this guy.
And we've been here how many hundreds of years?
Chad, don't even get me started,
So,
okay?
I mean, thank you, President Ford, but
Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, well, you said something more recent, and then we talked about being of a finer man. More recently, this young woman this older, beautiful woman has now felt that, at her age, she still wants to date, she still wants to get married, because she's too good to be solo. So before I, disclose this young, older woman who felt this way, Devo, how do you feel about women over 70 still wanting to get married and still fall in love and be in relationships?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Why not? Why wouldn't someone want to have companionship?
Well, some people kind of feel like, oh, when you're over 70, nobody's like interested in you. And, I feel like from my viewpoint, this is a new wave of these 70-year-olds. They're looking 50, they're looking young. But I feel like when I was growing up in my teens, like, 70 is too old. If you don't have anybody by then, you're going to die alone.
Okay, I understand the question. So this question is the opinions of people who are younger than 70. We're trying to project onto people who are 70. But if you ask all the 70-year-olds, I'm sure all the 70-year-olds are interested in love and life and good food and having good times with their friends. I don't think that changes. So maybe it's that people don't have an idea of what it's like to be 70.
Okay.
I'm very blessed to still have my mama in my life.
Yes.
She's 80 plus. She has a studio apartment in Montego Bay.
Hey.
And her and her friends travel the island. They try new spots. They get in the water. They have their gentleman friends, the ones that are single, the ones that are married, are coupled up. They live life. Like there may be physical limitations because as you're older, there's not many things that you can do.
Yes.
But being a human comes with a set of emotions that doesn't change from the time that you're little to the time that you leave this earth. So that sounds like a bunch of young people trying to project onto older people what they think they should be doing. But 70-year-olds are quite happy living their life, having love, having fun, having drinks, doing what they do.
Y'all heard that, young folks? Listen, no matter what age, you still have the same desires, you still want, you can still find that. And that's why our girl, Patti LaBelle, she said she's open to dating. She said she said, I'm too good to be solo. And she can cook that Patty's pie and that other stuff.
Sing to you at night.
Okay. I mean,
history, all them stories.
So now you off the market though, Devo.
Correct.
Yeah, but you would still like, if you were single, man, would you if Patti LaBelle was interested in you? and you were a single man, no beautiful wife, she's so beautiful, not her, she's never happened. Would you? And she's her age now, and you're a single man now.
Yeah,
And
I think Patty's a little older than me.
I mean, I know what I'm saying, but would you talk to her if she was like, "Oh yeah, you look like the type I want to get to know"? Would you?
I'm sure it'd be a wonderful experience having a chance to have a meal with Patty.
You are so politically correct, Evo. I mean, you are so good. I love it. You got dang old corporate attorney. You are good. Okay, well, nevertheless, I love it.
Disrespect the queen.
No, we're not disrespecting, but if you was like, well, no, because you may be a guy that has a limitation. Like some older men, they have a limitation of what age group they'll talk to, and that's all that is, regardless if it's Patty or anybody. But some dudes, I only know one dude. He's in his low, maybe 34, 33, that loves women that are 65 and up. Like, that is his jam. And, some of them be looking good. I be like,
Do you?
No, well, you gotta do your thing. I shoot my shot at Patty.
okay. 'Cause, yeah, you like him up fine.
Not like a grown man.
Yes,
That's a
grown.
grown woman.
But I just love for somebody who feel like, oh my God, I'll never find love. Oh my God, I'm so young. Like, I mean, I'm so old. And you're in your 30s, you're panicking. It's somewhat inspirational to see someone like, it don't matter what age I am. I still gonna give me somebody. I still want to be loved. I don't, because you feel like, I heard it from maybe growing up in the church, the older women that's been single for most of their lives. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna, me and the Lord be alone. And you feel like, oh my God, I don't want to be like that, right?
They gotta quit saying they happy with Jesus alone.
That would it be saying. I'm like, are you? So that's why when I see stuff like Patty, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. I wish because it made me not want to be old and alone. But go
So,
ahead,
have you ever
Patty.
seen a couple that's been together forever?
Yeah, my grandparents.
Isn't that a beautiful sight?
Yes and no.
Oh, why you say that?
Yeah,
Wow.
I say yes because it's like you guys have endured, but then sometimes I feel like I've seen misery. It's like you've gotten sick of each other sometimes, but you feel like you don't got nobody else, so you got to stick with them. I've seen that on one end, and I've seen
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
agree.
mean. That part I be like, and another end I see where they're really sweet all the way till death. But yeah, that misery part, it's like they feel like I gotta stick with you, and I don't be thinking that looks that happy.
Have you seen couples in their 30s look miserable together?
Yes,
So my point earlier is,
No
people
matter.
are people. Age don't matter.
yes. Well, good. Dick. Okay, good point. Shut me up. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay. So anyway, I kind of covered a lot of the main banter. So thank you, Devo, for participating. I may hit you with the Black History facts later on, but for now, I really want to get into why you came onto the show, and that's to definitely talk about all things food and lifestyle television, and also food and lifestyle streaming service. So I kind of teased in the show here about you being a corporate attorney, all right, beforehand, and now, again, owner of this network, this brand, this company. Let us know kind of how you go from doing corporate attorney to doing food and TV, and that don't even seem like they mesh. So just tell us a little bit about your journey.
Okay. So my main career was as a corporate lawyer. So I'm what is known as a transaction attorney or deal attorney. So when companies are selling goods and services, eventually on a global level, I would lead the negotiations for those deals. My last position was at Verizon. So I was in management. I had lawyers that worked with me. We did healthcare and insurance, telecom contracts for global healthcare and insurance companies. So you figure your Ethernet, all your office phones, or your cell phones, all your cloud storage, all the connectivity between offices for global operations. I negotiated those contracts. So
Okay, wow.
that's what we did. My whole career was mostly telecom and communications and technology clients. So I was in-house for Cablevision, Equifax, and Verizon. So as the technology of telecom started to merge, and so that cable TV and telephony all started to kind of come together,
Yeah.
I was doing contracts and doing deals in that space, so I had a chance to watch that. And I was watching as the television industry started to transform. On the creative side, I had a video hobby. I got my camera out.
Okay, it was a hobby.
Yes, I'm one of those people that's dual-brained. I'm logical and creative.
I can see that.
And so spending so many years doing logical work, I was unbalanced. You don't know that at the time because people don't really speak in that language.
They don't.
But you're just off all the time. And then when I started to play around with the video camera and started to do editing, It was like, I like this, and this balances me out. It does something to calm me.
Okay.
And so then I started playing with video and enjoyed that. And, on vacations, I take the camera with me and film stuff and talk to people, and that became something very interesting. Then you're watching your Ted Turners, your Bob Johnsons build networks. One of the things that you do as a corporate attorney is you help negotiate deals that make people rich.
That.
And you sit and you look at people, and you do the self-assessment, and you think like, well, congratulations to this person. What do they have that I don't have? We talk about your show, Black, Educated, and Broke. You're getting a salary, you're looking at people, and when you finish this deal and you sign the paperwork, they're going straight to the Porsche dealership.
Right.
So they can buy his and hers Porsches. Because that's the conversation you have in between, break times.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we finish this, we're going to go get Porsche. And
Wow.
you think, wow, do I want that? The answer was that I did, but you have to be honest. Okay, so you've got a good job, good salary. Are you going to take the leap of faith to build something on your own and risk not having all those things? So at some point I decided I wanted a network. I did a bunch of work for Caliber Enterprises, a PR firm here in Atlanta, and I would do video of their events, and this is gratis. I had access to people and the events that they had, and so I had a chance to really sort of learn the industry from the inside, learn how to create video for people, learn how to do recap videos, all those types of things. So the leap from corporate to network ownership, it wasn't as big a jump as you might think. When I started to explore that possibility, I started to go to industry conferences. And you saw that as the industry was about to change, 1,000 people at the conference, there's a sprinkling of us in ownership roles.
Yeah.
So you start to see that the people that will control the narratives, that control the budgets, that determine the stories, that hire the people, we're not going to be able to tell our own stories. Now, we had that complaint when it used to cost hundreds of millions of dollars to launch a new cable channel. But when YouTube allowed people to become millionaires, when now all the various streaming networks allow people to grow, you don't need $100 million to launch a channel.
Yeah.
But we weren't in the room again. And that was both scary and an opportunity. It's sad that there weren't other people doing, as many people doing it, but it also meant there was an opportunity for somebody like me to enter into this field and provide some leadership and a platform. Because there's so many stories, as we started out talking about earlier at the top of the show. There's so many stories that we need to tell. So who's telling our stories? And so to flip back to the subject of food, I'm not necessarily a chef or a gourmet, but what we were doing was filming fashion shows. And I had a fashion model, Devon Ray, shout out to Devon. And the company was Now That's a Good Look. And we would film fashion shows, and Atlanta's good for the club. And halfway through the club, you turn the lights sexy, and the designer brings out their clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, the fall collection. And, Atlanta's good for that. Except this one club, the chef Jason Ellis came out, and he had food instead of designer clothes.
Oh.
And I'm looking at, this is a nightclub, so you have attractive women inside VIP sections, eating the food, and they've grown up on the Food Network, so they can describe the food, and they're telling you what they like. And the chef has all this personality, and it's black, and it's got vibe, and I'm like, I've never seen food presented this way from our culture. Devon, our host, was like, "This is the best job we've had." Who knew the models love food that much?
Oh my goodness.
He made his famous chocolate lobster, which he does. He does lobster in a white chocolate sauce on tortilla chips, and he was just like, yeah, and just the whole vibe. And I'm like, this is the network that needs to exist.
Yeah.
And that was 2012.
Wow.
I started working on the network, got promoted, which was a confusing time.
This is the corporate.
This is corporate.
And he got promoted.
So I got promoted. So now I've got much more work, a lot less time for my own
You're happy.
projects.
Yeah.
But actually ended up being very good. One of the things that we don't discuss a lot of times on social media about people with 9-to-5s. If you have a 9-to-5 as an entry-level job, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you have a 9-to-5 where you have a substantial annual bonus,
Yeah.
where you've got 401, that's a different world.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When you drive around the city and you see people with big houses or with boats or with brand new late model luxury cars, it's not always an inheritance. A lot of times, it's in corporate America, Christmas is in February.
Oh really?
When bonuses are paid.
Okay.
So ladies, if you're talking to that guy in the suit, don't be so mad about the Christmas present. Hang around till mid-February and see what's happening.
Okay, you better give us a little jewels, lady. Tap in, tap in.
But being an executive at Verizon changed my life.
Okay.
So
And positive.
so the dreams that I had were suddenly possible.
Yes.
So the things that I wanted to do suddenly became something attainable.
Yeah.
But the dreams of having my own network never went away. And as the culture changed and the social culture changed, the idea was more and more on point. And then as you start to dig into it, chef life is hard. And chefs work for people that own restaurants. They work long hours. And like most areas, black people aren't the owners.
Yeah.
There obviously are black restaurant owners, but
Yeah.
the industry is still, white male driven, like many other areas, power centers in America.
Yeah.
And if you look across food television, it's the same thing. You media companies, they're not our companies.
Yeah.
So cuisine choices, casting choices, storylines are things that are given to us. They're not chosen by our folks.
Facts.
And so having a platform where talent can be true to their authentic selves is what we're all about.
Yes, y'all are. Yes.
So when you meet our talent, they're not different from when they're on TV to when they're in person.
Yeah.
They get to be who they really are.
Yes. Hey, Flavor P.
See?
That's my favorite girl right there. She is unapologetically her, and I love every bit of it.
Because, and especially if you've been to HBCU, everybody's an individual.
Yes. Well,
Everybody's
some
got
people get
personality.
those letters, and they kind of flippity flop, but
But that's them.
And now.
So
it
now
is.
now translate that to the number of characters you're allowed to be in mainstream media. And I bet if we took a list, there's probably 15, 20 characters we're allowed to be. And we got to fit into one of those.
Yeah.
We're the sassy best friend. We're the black nerd scientist.
Yeah.
We're the smooth old school player. Like that. But if you know black people, there's a whole crazy spectrum of personality traits and combinations of things. And that's what makes people fascinating. That's what's enriching about having conversations with different people.
Yeah.
Why you want to get to know different people. And
Yeah.
the existing platforms don't really do that in general, and in particularly not in food television.
Facts.
So we want to give a platform to people. I mean, imagine being yourself. You've gone to culinary school. You've gone to France. You've trained and worked in a vineyard. You've perfected your craft.
Yeah.
You're about 32, 33, and you're still black. But you're an excellent chef.
Yeah.
You've got the technical skills that any other chef has. So you have to go through life with a chef coat buttoned to your neck, someone else's restaurant on it. Why can't you be in a kitchen where you can put on put on an apron
Yeah.
and Devo, I just want to cook and vibe. Why can't you be excellent and cook and vibe? Shout out to
Yes.
Chef Rob.
Come on, Chef Rock.
Why can't you be a black man with a beard? Cut to the nines. Beard sharp and on point.
Yeah.
Have some flavor and some flow. Shout out Chef Joe.
Yes.
Why can't you be an ex-model and an executive chef and still drink your brown? Chef Kelly.
Hey, Chef.
Like, we got dope stars.
Y'all
on our
do.
network. And there's not a platform for them to shine currently. And by the way, a lot of our folks have had a chance to have an episode on some of the other networks that you know about. You get an episode,
That's it.
and then what?
Right.
How are you treated there? Are the competitions fair? Who wins? And why?
If Auntie Fee was still living, she would be one hell of a character. on this network. I
Right.
just want to put that out there. You got me motivated over here. I was just sitting here thinking about what Auntie Fee, and you know, she passed away, 2019, 2018. She would have been amazing on the network. Just being, like you said, being yourself. She was that auntie. She cussed every sentence. She didn't care, but that food used to look so good. And she make the best meal out of the simplest things, which is what we know how to do. We can take something small and turn it into this amazing platter of food.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let me go ahead and subscribe right now. Y'all keep talking.
Right,
Go ahead.
because that's ultimately, so you've created this platform for people to authentically be themselves, you know, where they can be whoever without having to feel you have to be guarded, which is important. And I think very much in the millennial and Gen Z culture specifically, freedom of expression, be able to be myself. That's why nobody want to be in corporate America, because you want to be who you want to be. So I think you're definitely starting a movement, especially for black folks who don't have that opportunity. So with that now with, I know the main thing, we want people to subscribe, but if somebody, I want to kind of know, what would be your pitching point to somebody like, oh, well, subscribe. Well, I just want to see this one episode, or like, what would be the benefit? Why would I want to subscribe? I just want to see this one time. Like, what are you kind of to tell people why would they want to subscribe to this network?
I love this question. You want to see us, right? So, for me, the experience, and I'll date myself a little bit. So, watching Tonight Show, the band leader was part of the show. They made a big deal about it. I didn't get it. Johnny and Doc would talk. I didn't get it. I'm watching Arsenio, and the first time, Halle Berry or somebody comes in the show, the band plays Brick House.
Yeah.
And the crowd is rocking.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, the music and it all goes together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because previously it didn't speak to me. So it was a talk show, and everybody watched the Tonight Show because it's the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
But then we got the Arsenio show. Now the guest is a Tribe Called Quest.
Hey.
Now Busta Rhymes is on the show. Now it's all different. And now I'm watching. I'm interested. And when they have the questions, I want to know what they have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a matter of, are you reflecting life? Like, do you answer the questions that you want? Are you learning the recipes that you want? Are you hearing the stories that you want? So we had the privilege of working with Relly's Hospitality.
Hey, Relly's.
And Terrell expanded his Mixology of the Year event to a week.
Yeah.
And he asked Food and Lifestyle to participate. And we hosted a pair of chef panels.
Yes.
So we had 11, 12 of Atlanta's top chefs at the studio talking about real chef stuff.
Yes, very
Real
much so.
conversation.
Good time. Sorry you guys missed it. It was a good time.
It will be available on the network.
Yeah.
But so in social, you have questions about restaurant quality and food quality, and how in cities like Atlanta, Houston, and D.C., you have all these green wall, hookah, lamb chop restaurants.
Yes.
And how people are frustrated because they want good food. And so we had chefs who have restaurants, and we had lounge chefs, and we have fine dining chefs, all together, black-owned, black chefs speaking to this issue. So you tune in because you want to hear the actual facts and truth behind it. So it starts out as a popular TikTok, but it gets addressed by our people. Now, who on XYZ other food television programming network is going to speak to brunch culture in black cities?
Nowhere. Like nowhere. Food and Lifestyle.
There you go. And that's the
That's
point of having
why.
a point. That's the point of having a platform where you control your own voices and you pick the
Yes.
stories and you pick the topics.
Yes.
And shout out
yes.
to Candace for wanting to make sure we ask that question too.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so this is fantastic. So guys, again, we're talking with Devo. That's the nickname that he goes by. The founder, creator of Food and Lifestyle TV, and then Food and Lifestyle streaming services. And ultimately, just kind of telling us like, okay, well, we're subscribing. You say you have all these subscriptions, but are you subscribing to content that's made for you, by you, to help people just like you? Like, how many of us are actively doing that? We joined BET. Okay, but what about you're subscribed to all these other platforms that ain't helping our own people? So to actually have something that is going to be impactful for you to subscribe and to get content that's for you, I think that's going to be a wave. And I felt like, was it in 2020 when it was okay for people to like black people, the whole like, oh, black people are awesome. But I feel like that definitely has been keep moving. The momentum is still going there, and I feel like something like that is even more reason to support and be like, you want to see what happens at this, what is this black brunch that they're talking about? Go to Food and Lifestyle TV stream. streaming. You can learn all about it. Oh, what is this about? Like, at black restaurants, they always have to have a DJ, or they always have to have this. What is this grass wall talk? What is the issues that actual black chefs are dealing with compared to us white? All of that is for that there, and I think that's a great place where you can go get that type of content and get that information, not just for people of color, anybody who want to know like what's going on. I like that.
Oh, we're very clear that we are black owned, but not black exclusive.
You heard that? It's not black owned. I mean, we're black owned, but not black exclusive. I love that. I feel like that's me indirectly. Like, I love black owned stuff, but I fool with all the races, all the rainbow. I love everybody, but I love the blacks. Yeah. But anyway, so Bedivo, so tell us how we can tap in, how we can subscribe, how we can get involved with all things with food and lifestyle.
A lot of different ways. The primary way is go to foodandlifestyle.com. So that'll always have the information that you need. That's where you can get your subscriptions. The way we did this in a way so it's device agnostic. So you go to the platform, you get your membership, right?
Yep.
With your credentials, your username and password, now you can go to Apple and download Apple. Now you can go to Android and download Android. You go to Fire Stick. So while you're at home on your Roku system, you can watch. Then when you go downstairs, you got your phone. You can pick it back up and watch on your phone. So I think we allow like 5 devices per subscription. So it's the understanding that people see content and they absorb content.
Yes.
And they have content from different places, different times.
Thank you, because
them
other streamers be hating, trying to have a limit in like 1 or 2. Come on, shout out to you trying to give people options to kind of like expand and learn and get to, more than one. You said 5 users. I like that you had that 5 devices, because everybody doesn't want to watch on their phone. I may want to be on TV. I may want to be on a laptop. I may want to be on my computer at work.
Right.
Like, I like that you have those options.
Exactly
We need
right.
those. All right, so food and lifestyle.
Then we talked before. So we're a young network, so we're just getting to put content up there. We are a vertically integrated business. So we own our studio, we have a production team, we have a distribution platform. Right? So that's terrific. But we are also open to other voices.
Yes.
So if you have existing content, if you're creating content that you want distributed, let's have a conversation. Make sure it's got good quality. Make sure the music is not copywritten music. You can't download the dopest hits and put it on there and put it on the platform. But if you got royalty-free music, come on and let's have a conversation. For sponsors who are trying to reach this audience.
Yeah.
This company is run by corporate executives. So myself, my business partner, Jay Young, has got international corporate experience. Like, he literally lived in Asia for several years. So we understand how to protect your corporate brand. One of the great deals that we offer is that we have got young creatives that speak to the young audience.
Yes.
Managed by corporate executives who know how to talk the talk and walk the walk. So we let the young people be creative. We'll handle the structure. We'll handle the business. We'll have the conversations. We'll make sure your brand is protected. I have to imagine, and I try to explain this to people. What if you're a University of Alabama grad? You got yourself a good job in marketing. You're an ally. You're not prejudiced, but your job is to bring in marketing to the African American folks.
Yeah.
Who do you talk to that doesn't get you embarrassed? How do you know who to pick?
Okay, talk about
You're not
that.
from the community. And now it'd be nice if these companies pick people from the community to have these jobs. But
Right.
If you're a person and you have that job, who do you talk to? Switch seats. You look at our community from the outside, and this one's flashy. This has got this. How do you know who's going to take care of business? How do you know who's not going to embarrass you or do something that's going to make your brand look bad?
Yeah.
So what we offer is the convenience and comfort of knowing that we've got corporate executives that know how to address what you say.
Absolutely.
A lot of times in these marketing programs, they have very specific things they want the talent to say. Young talent isn't necessarily good at, remembering all the notes and the flavors and the things. Well, we write scripts. We can provide guidance. When we're directing, we can make sure that we get the good camera angles on the things that the sponsors care about.
Good.
They want to emphasize vanilla notes. We'll make sure that the meal they're preparing is flattering for the vanilla. We'll do the corporate thinking process.
Yes.
And then allow the talent to flourish in their creativity. That's the combination that we offer. So if there are sponsors trying to find and reach out to this audience, work with us. We can talk to you. We can create amazing things together.
That deep on it. It's the voice on top of the information, but that voice, man, you got to think
Is that
about a
what got
radio
you?
career. Because you just like, yeah. You're just all mesmerized. And, yes, keep talking. Yeah. So, but no, seriously though, I like that you're definitely letting everybody know that you're wanting to work with people. We can create some beautiful things. I love that we have a corporate structure, so we're not dealing with some amateurs, so people that really know what the hell they're doing, and we're visionaries trying to help bring dreams together. And I love that, Devo. So again, food and lifestyle. We're here with Devo. We're learning all about. We want you guys to subscribe to the streaming app. You can get it, the app on your phone, or like you said, on it's a streaming service. So if you want to go on your Roku, or if you just want to you can watch it everywhere. What is he saying? So ultimately, but if you go to Food and Lifestyle, foodandlifestyletv.com.
Food and Lifestyle.
Food and Lifestyle.
Excuse me, thank you, Devo. Foodandlifestyle.com. On the website there, we have the other membership plans. Guys, we are talking as low as $9.99 a month. What subscription is $9.99 anymore? Okay, we know everything is like freaking $15, $16 and up. But it's a lot of different things going on, guys. So definitely go tap in. Gives you guys an idea of what to expect. There's video content so you can see kind of the chefs, some of the visuals. Because again, these are like real videography, nice content work. Because sometimes I think people try to see with, African American brands that the quality may miss a beat or two. No, not Food and Lifestyle. Everything is very pristine and clean. So we want to go out and support. And I appreciate you, Devo, for giving us that encouragement, us hearing about you going from corporate, taking a break to really do the things that creatively inspire you. Like that's that leap of faith that we talk about. And you starting a whole network. Come on, we love it. And we really appreciate you today, Devo.
Thank you.
All right, so one more time as we wrap it up, let us know how we can follow, subscribe, and any last notes you want to give to our audience.
Absolutely. So besides getting a subscription at foodandlifestyle.com, you can engage all our socials, Food Lifestyle TV. So that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. And feel free to interact. Talk to us. We like that. And yeah, quality was very important. And again, so our culture, we're expressive. And that's in the way we talk, in the music, in the way we move in the kitchen, and the way we work the cameras. We bought, they're called macro lenses. So these are 100 millimeter up close lenses. So when the shrimp pops in the pan, when it steams up, when you pour the gravy in slow motion, we can see that.
Yes.
That's how we appreciate the food.
Yes.
We put the soul in the food television.
Love it. I love it.
So excited.
Because just the way the description, because I love when you see the slow-mo, like that stuff be so clean. Like I love it. Like, I want to eat it right now.
Like what we talked about, you'll be surprised the people who, we like the Food Network, people who watch the Food Network, but people who want to see black chefs and people who love black food, but there's no way to watch other than YouTube. And this random stuff on YouTube of people making different things. Now, you have a network, and the monthly $9.99 a month, you can do it.
Yeah,
you
that's like
subscribe.
So we definitely appreciate it, guys. We're gonna have all this information on our website, so make sure you go over to blackeducatedandbroke.com.
Give me a show on there. I like to cook.
I know you. Mike B be throwing it down, and he don't want to be cussing with his Tito's. That he got to do cheers every hour, take a shot.
I got a little classy now. I drink wine on my videos now.
Come on, he's a daddy. Alrighty, so guys, again, make sure you still check us up on our socials. Black Educated and Broke, Facebook, Instagram, our Twitter, BEB_podcast, ATL. We're gonna put everything up for Food and Lifestyle TV. Devo, we thank you for your time. It's Black History Month. You are making history in the now. We appreciate you, King. And you did get on the Black History Facts, so congratulations to you. All right, guys, we'll see you the next time. We out.
Grab your phone, grab your mama phone, grab your auntie and your granny phone, and tell them to follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook.
And that's going to be at Black Educated and Broke. We also on YouTube, y'all. Subscribe.
And follow us on Twitter at BEB_podcast_ATL.
Now, if you forget, I'm about to kick you in the ass.
Ooh, not the A.
All right.
We in the A.